Hello and welcome to The Human Curious. If you love exploring mysteries and the unknown, make sure to subscribe, share, and like this video to join our curious community. The old mirror leaned against the attic wall, a silent sentinel guarding forgotten memories. Dust, like a shroud, lay thick on its intricately carved frame, obscuring the details of a craftsmanship lost to time. It had been there for decades, perhaps even centuries, a relic of a bygone era, patiently waiting to be rediscovered. The air around it hung heavy with the scent of aged wood and forgotten stories. Alara, driven by a restless curiosity and a yearning for the past, was searching through the attic, sifting through dusty boxes filled with forgotten treasures and family heirlooms. She was hoping to unearth a piece of her history, a tangible link to the generations that came before her. In the dim light, surrounded by the ghosts of memories, she almost missed it. Until a faint ethereal shimmer, like a whisper of light, caught her eye. It was a subtle anomaly, a break in the monotony of dust and shadows, emanating from the depths of the old mirror's surface. It pulsed gently, beckoning her closer, promising secrets untold. Driven by an irresistible impulse, she wiped away the layers of grime, years of accumulated dust and dirt, revealing glass that seemed deeper than it should be, an abyss of reflective potential, a portal to somewhere unknown. It wasn't just a flat surface. It felt like a window into another dimension, drinking in the dim attic light, absorbing the shadows and amplifying the faint glimmers, as if feeding on the ambient energy of the room. The mirror seemed to possess a life of its own, a silent observer of the attic's secrets. At first it showed her what she expected, a standard reflection, a predictable mirroring of reality. Her own face smudged with dust from her explorations, a testament to her adventurous spirit and her willingness to delve into the unknown. Curious eyes staring back, reflecting the same blend of anticipation and trepidation that she felt in her heart. They were the windows to her soul, now gazing into a potentially perilous unknown. Then, a flicker, a subtle distortion in the reflection, a momentary lapse in the mirror's adherence to reality, a movement in the background that wasn't there, a fleeting shadow dancing just beyond the periphery of her vision, a phantom presence hinting at something more. She blinked, thinking it a trick of the light, a momentary illusion conjured by the dimness and the dust motes swirling in the air. But the air around the mirror felt colder, a pocket of unnatural chill that defied the warmth of the summer day, a tangible sign that something extraordinary was happening. Alara reached out, drawn by an unseen force, her fingers trembling slightly as she approached the cool surface. It was smooth, colder than ice, a stark contrast to the humid air of the attic, sending a shiver down her spine. Yet a peculiar warmth pulsed from within, a subtle vibration that resonated through her fingertips, a hint of the powerful energy contained within the mirror's depths. Her reflection stared back, but something was off. A subtle shift in expression, a flicker of something alien in her eyes. The eyes held a different story, a knowing glint that hinted at secrets she didn't possess. The mouth hinted at unspoken words, a silent language she couldn't decipher. It was her, and yet, not her at all. A distorted version, an uncanny imitation that sent a chill of unease through her. A stranger wearing her face, a phantom inhabiting her form, a chilling glimpse into an alternate reality. The image rippled, like a stone dropped into a pond, distorting the reflection and blurring the lines between reality and illusion. And the reflection fractured, shattered into a million pieces, then reformed, coalescing into something new and unexpected. Now she saw a sunlit room, bathed in the warm glow of a summer afternoon, a stark contrast to the dim and dusty attic. Unfamiliar furniture, elegant and ornate, adorning a room she had never seen before, a glimpse into a life she didn't recognize. And a woman who was her, but dressed in clothes she'd never owned, stylish and sophisticated, a version of herself she could only dream of. This other, Alara laughed, a carefree and joyful sound that echoed through the sunlit room, a stark contrast to the quiet solitude of the attic. Turning to someone just out of view, her face radiant with happiness as she engaged in a conversation with an unseen companion. The first impossible glimpse into a life not her own, a parallel existence, a world where her choices had led her down a different path, yet undeniably connected, linked by an invisible thread, a shared essence that transcended the boundaries of reality. The mirror was not just a mirror anymore. It was a gateway, a portal, a window into the infinite possibilities of the multiverse. Alara stepped back, heart pounding in her chest, a frantic rhythm echoing the chaotic thoughts swirling in her mind. Unsure if she'd seen a vision, a fleeting glimpse into another world or a warning, a premonition of things to come. The attic felt smaller, the air heavier, the shadows deeper, as if the very space around her was closing in, suffocating her with its secrets. As if the mirror had awakened something old and watchful, a dormant presence that had been slumbering for centuries, now stirring in the shadows. She hesitated, torn between fear and fascination, repelled by the unknown dangers that lurked within the mirror's depths, yet drawn by the irresistible allure of its mysteries. Was this a window, offering a glimpse into another world? A trap, designed to ensnare her in its illusions? Or a gift, a chance to explore the infinite possibilities that lay beyond the veil of reality? The mirror's surface shimmered again, beckoning her closer with its ethereal glow, as if inviting her to look deeper, to unravel its secrets, to step through the looking glass and embrace the unknown. Alara knew, in that moment, with a certainty that resonated deep within her soul, her life had changed irrevocably. The attic would never feel safe again, the familiar space now tainted by the presence of the extraordinary, forever haunted by the secrets of the mirror. Mirrors have always held a certain unsettling magic, a silent allure that whispers of hidden dimensions and unseen truths. They stand as portals, not just to our reflections but to the very depths of our subconscious. Long before glass became commonplace, before it was readily available in every home, polished obsidian or bronze, painstakingly smoothed and shined, reflected more than faces. These weren't mere tools for vanity, they were objects of ritual and mystery. They reflected fears and hopes, the very essence of the soul laid bare. They were believed to capture fleeting glimpses of the future or echoes of the past. People whispered that mirrors could steal a fragment of your soul, trapping it within the reflective surface, forever bound to the glass. It was said that prolonged gazing could weaken the spirit, leaving one vulnerable to unseen forces, or show what should never be seen, revealing glimpses of futures best left unknown, or the hidden faces of those who dwell in the shadows. Ancient cultures treated them with reverence and fear, often shrouding them when someone died, lest their soul become trapped between worlds. Mirrors were used in divination rituals, hoping to glean insights from the spirit realm, sensing their power to distort and reveal, to twist reality and offer glimpses into what lies beyond the veil. They were seen as conduits, pathways to other dimensions. Think of the old tales, the stories whispered around crackling fires, Snow White's queen, her mirror speaking sharp truths, reflecting not just her image, but the state of her heart, her deepest desires and darkest insecurities, shaping destinies, dictating the course of lives with its pronouncements. The mirror wasn't just an object, it was an oracle. Mirrors were never just for checking appearances, for smoothing wrinkles or admiring one's reflection. They were objects of power, holding secrets in their depths, whispering forgotten lore to those who dared to listen. Legends say mirrors are gateways, shimmering thresholds, not just to truth, but to other realms, to alternate realities that exist just beyond our perception. Places one might enter, but never return unchanged, forever marked by the experience, carrying echoes of the other side within them. The price of passage was steep, a toll exacted by the mirror itself, a piece of oneself left behind, a memory, an emotion, a fragment of the soul irretrievably lost. The idea of a mirror showing more than reality is ancient, woven into the fabric of our collective unconscious, tapping into our deepest fascination and unease, our primal fear of the unknown and our insatiable curiosity about what lies beyond. Alara's attic mirror was just the latest chapter in a very old story, a story etched in glass and whispered in shadows. Imagine, if you will, stumbling upon a mirror unlike any you've ever seen. A mirror that seems to hum with a hidden energy, a silent promise of something more. Not in a fantastical story, not in some far-off land, but right here, in the familiar surroundings of your own home. Perhaps hanging in your hallway, or reflecting your image back at you from your bathroom. At first glance, you'd likely dismiss the impossible images that flicker within its depths. You'd chalk it up to tricks of the light, a fleeting optical illusion. Maybe you'd blame it on tired eyes, the fatigue playing tricks on your perception. You might even adjust the lighting, hoping to dispel the strange anomalies. But the visions, defying logic and reason, would stubbornly persist, refusing to fade away. They'd become increasingly clear and unwavering, sharp as crystal, defying any rational explanation. The impossible clarity of these visions would leave you bewildered, questioning everything you thought you knew. The mirror, in its enigmatic way, would begin to show you things that simply couldn't be. Realities that defied the laws of physics and the boundaries of possibility. And yet despite their impossibility, there they were, unfolding before your very eyes, captivating your attention, each scene rendered in vivid detail, so real you could almost reach out and touch it, taste it, feel the very fabric of this alternate existence. And then the most unsettling revelation of all, it's you, unmistakably you, staring back from this impossible world. But you're living a life you never chose, a life forged by different decisions, shaped by different circumstances. It all hinges on a single decision, a pivotal moment where your path diverged. A path not taken, a road less traveled, now stretching out before you in this mirrored reality. Branching out into a completely new existence, a life that could have been, a future that might have been yours. The mirror doesn't just offer static portraits, frozen moments in time. Instead, it unveils entire lives, complete with their triumphs and failures, their loves and losses. These lives unfold in silent motion, like a vintage film reel playing out before your eyes. You'd witness moments of pure, unadulterated joy, celebrations of milestones achieved and dreams realized. You'd also witness sorrow, heartbreak, and everything in between, the full spectrum of human experience. All of this, separated only by a thin pane of glass, a fragile barrier between what is and what could have been. A silent film of what could have been, a tantalizing glimpse into the roads not traveled. A glimpse into the vast library of your unlived lives, each one a testament to the infinite possibilities that lie dormant within us all. Curiosity would soon overpower shock. Who could resist peeking at the roads not taken? The mirror offers answers to all your unspoken what-ifs, but fear lingers. Would you see a happier, more successful self, or a version living with regret and sorrow? Either vision could unsettle you, shaking your sense of contentment. Temptation would grow, a constant urge to return, to compare, to covet or judge. The mirror could become an obsession, making your real life seem pale by comparison. And then the chilling thought, what if the other you became aware of your gaze? Are they as curious about you as you are about them? What alternate selves might you see in that shimmering portal? Perhaps a version who pursued a dream, living in a paint-splattered studio, fulfilled but struggling. Or a self who married your first love, surrounded by family, content yet tinged with quiet regrets. Maybe the adventurous you, thriving in a foreign land, confident but lonely. The mirror would show not just triumphs but failures, selves who made mistakes, suffered or fell into darkness. It would reveal the full spectrum of human experience, unflinching and impartial, each reflection a testament to choices made and paths abandoned. The mirror would not judge, only show, and in every image a piece of you, both familiar and strange. Quick icebreaker, what's the most mysterious thing you've ever seen in a mirror? Share your story in the comments below. The mirror lays bare the power of choices, big and small. A single yes or no could unfurl an entirely new existence. You'd see the far-reaching consequences of decisions barely remembered, each reflection a different journey. Some versions bask in fame, others in quiet obscurity, each with their own joys and costs. The mirror could inspire you to change, or fill you with doubt and longing. It's both a beacon and a judge, casting light on your hidden potentials and unacknowledged desires. The real question, could you have been that person, or is that self forever out of reach? To gaze too long into such a mirror is dangerous. You might begin to resent your own life, blinded by greener grass and other realities. What if the barrier between worlds thinned? Could you communicate or even cross over? The temptation to escape your problems, to become another self, would be overwhelming. But every world has its own hidden dangers, and once crossed, the way back might be lost forever. The mirror forces you to question your identity. Are you just your choices, or is there a core self that persists? It sharpens the debate between fate and free will. Are all paths preordained, or do our choices truly shape reality? Happiness and misery, seen in countless reflections, reveal the fragility of contentment. Yet, by seeing all you are not, you might better understand who you are now. Perhaps in the end, you'll appreciate the unique, imperfect life you already possess. The mirror stands before you, shimmering with the promise of infinite possibilities. Would you dare to look, to see your untaken paths and unlived dreams? Or would you turn away, choosing to accept your life as it is, with all its flaws and graces? The mirror's temptation is profound, but so is the wisdom of living fully in the present. Perhaps the truest magic lies in embracing the life you can touch and shape. The question lingers, if such a mirror found you, what would you choose to do? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment your thoughts below. Stay curious.